What a great start.
The buckle comes into focus in your sight.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth?
Okay.
At least you won't miss.
Oh! Let's go! I did it!
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, with your hand numb from the recoil. You looking straight at you, helpless.
Communism.
Facts.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's... Then, the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Well, fuck you, Corpale!
By being a damn good shot. Ace is high.
The ace is high.
Yes, baby! Woo!
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from...
I knew these guys were...
Kuno cracks with laughter. Sounds like someone strangling a seagull.
I knew they suck each other off.
Facts.
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death.
I want to shoot these kids in the brain.
Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have...
The stench is getting bad. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I need a little breather. In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Claire, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
You could ask the garden for directions.
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
Fuck. I do want to kill these kids though. Like I shouldn't have given him the gun. I should have said, alright man, let's get going, and just pointed it at the girl behind the bench.
The rotting man
and then
lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion. By autopsy, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Tell me something dead, man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Huh? You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
Nice job, smooth skin.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
Come back later.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea. You must have me confused with the Copperpedia. You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
Fuck.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity. I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take... In your paperwork, officer, just fill out the field autopsy form.
Now they only have one paperwork.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
I still have my disco trousers.
Yes, barely.
Oh, fuck.
I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually, but only if it helps move things along.
Okay.
Right. The autopsy form is near the end.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's you.
the corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia.
KK57-0803.0815. Next. NA. Next.
Wait. Next, when I asked his name, why doesn't he want his name down? I mean, I did put my name down because I can't. I'm not gonna put down fucking Raphael, whatever I said. What was it? Oh, I didn't even say it. That's why. All right, date of birth.
NA.
Look at this shit.
Roughly 50.
Oh, it's fucking him. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Like, it's actually like, okay.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Mondial.
Okay, I don't know what that
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Muindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Whitish.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex? Please!
Fucky, fucky!
The little monster exclaims. God, I just want to fucking tear her head off. I love the art, by the way. I would read about this.
Male.
Male, gotcha.
Pigs can have sex?
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly
I like
and
him so far.
indistinguishable
He's
face.
trying to get on his good side here.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
4351.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
Identified by
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Jesus.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copy paper tries to answer
External
why.
examination.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Red-haired thing.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boot
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire.
Sorry.
If you
We're
are to
skipping.
keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
Saya.
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
The boat has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Short, light brown male, patterned baldness.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
I'm gonna kill this kid.
In addition, there
When
are
I get
bite
strong,
marks on the face.
I'm gonna come
scalp,
back,
and chest.
and I'm gonna punch this kid in the
Consistent
face.
with predation.
Wait. In addition, there are bite marks. I mean, probably dogs.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife with the other hand pulling on the belt. He starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cut. The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Shit's so gross.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
I'm gonna cut his head off.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Okay, we're cutting the head off.
Jam
Yup.
the cutter
Yup.
right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already, they're buried deep in the man's flesh.
All right, I'm
Then
ready to
you
get
rotate them
fucking
to get a better
annoyed. Fuckity
Then
fuck.
the lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Rotate some more.
A really, really bad smell is coming from there now. And some
Enough.
kind of cracking.
Cut some.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
Yeah.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Yes.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision.
Thank you.
Snap.
Oh.
The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark
Thank you,
around
Kim.
it.
Here,
Thank you, Kim.
the rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia...
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Back is symmetrical
Fuck
and
those
intact.
kids, man.
Upper
Fuck
and
those
lower
kids.
extremities are intact,
They ain't
but
getting me with that
asymmetrical.
shit.
There are
They've
combat
called me,
injuries on the right hand,
they've called me
thigh,
horrible
and
things.
hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Gross.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia? Nothing does. This was pleasurable. I sincerely thank you for touching my hand. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black, and you hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaw. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are
Oral
used.
cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received a dental implant, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like throwing up. Straight in that mouth.
Oh shit, I died.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. No, it's many years of combined self-neglect and self. There's no shame in surrendering now. We all do. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the Army.
Alright. Oh, motherfucker. Shit. I have to go through all of that again? Alright, guys, I'm gonna be skipping a lot of this. Oh, good.
The rotting man lies on his side, with his eyes looking
Those
straight through
fucking.
you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy.
Sorry, one sec, I gotta look at this shit. Yeah, there are some people in the world who shouldn't be alive, just based on how
The
gross they
lieutenant
are.
adjusts his
let me see.
glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on,
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield.
there truly is a time for everything. I'll ask you,
Right.
in your paperwork, officer.
Now they only...
Officer, what haven't... Yes, I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form. Right. The autopsy form is near
The dead above those.
That's you.
The corpse lies there, indifferent,
KK5. Next. NA. NA.
dry 40. He not
Mondial.
fair to the pudgy
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs get up.
nor
We're still... What else?
KK.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Your central nervous, somewhere in Jamrock North,
Yep, I
elsewhere
know that.
yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, and so all
We
Yep.
should start.
the corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest.
Alright.
It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of you find a moment as the lieutenant. It's very hard to draw conclusions. All you can make out is that he is in a hurry to solve the case. The tempo of the handwriting says as much, and that there are a lot of notes in there. Most of them are made prior to arriving at the scene, in preparation. It's not spelled out explicitly, but the lieutenant fears a tear is forming between the liberal moralist establishment of Revachol and her populist citizenry. This populist force, a potpourri of far right and left, is exemplified in the Débardeurs Union. Their strike, if allowed to escalate into violence, adds to the growing sense of civil war in the city. Maybe you're imagining it, but there are some remarks in there, and the 41st comes off as a moderately competent detective.
What? Clothes.
Alright.
Babrodi.
Let's
The
just-
discipline.
The boots are...
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you
The boot has a series of tattoos. The upper torso. The assistant. The DC.
I'm sorry,
Body
everyone.
hair is
I'm
light
gonna
brown.
skip this.
District. Lividity.
Fucking low. Talking.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, ligature mark. Still wiring.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
Alright.
we need to cut.
See,
No, he...
you are. This pig is Kuno's.
Wait. Oh fuck! I was too fast. All right.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white
Wait.
bread rising
Huh.
from the east. You jam the
Yeah,
cutters
what's that?
right under the knot.
Yeah, fuck!
Told you my...
I should have a go first. I think I have.
He
Got it,
sinks,
worried.
snap.
Here. The rope rises to a hemorrhaging. Chest is.
No! Let's get out.
I fucking...
Genitalia is male and back is symmetric. In addition,
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates
we.
Yeah.
Last item. Hands.
his flesh.
Pleased
Yep.
to meet you. Where are you? I'm only fucking with you. Nothing does. We should do this.
Yep.
Hands are clean. No,
Yep.
I was.
Yep.
Ooh. I'm afraid we can't continue before we've gone through both the external
Yep.
central nervous system. I have nothing.
Of
Yep.
course, there is a moral.
Yep.
What would that?
The
Yep.
dead
I
Yep.
think that good.
Yep.
with. You
Yep.
hear cracks as the lieutenant.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The
Yep.
hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no leak.
No scream, no
Ah.
sigh of
Right down.
Hepatobiliary. NA. Ah. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Neither am I.
That's it.
Same for toxicology and serology, NA. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
Oh.
This will do.
Oh,
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
the lower abdomen briefly.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and the ligament. Oh, so we inflicted them? Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so?
Now, injuries. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation
Okay, here
by
we go.
birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusion.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
Yes, this kid.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Related blood. Non-fatal postmortem.
Right. Next, a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side.
I see
The ring
hemorrhage-
around his neck
It's gonna be
is visible.
non-fatal. Postmortem.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say that.
Why do you say that? Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal? Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. Let's wrap this up.
Sure.
I pronounce this field autopsy over. It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink?
Now we put him in a body bag and I drive him to Forborg for processing.
The lieutenant looks at the dead man. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something. You run your hands over the victim's cold body. The corpse seems to yawn contentedly.
Do you think we missed?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another... Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building? Now, detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge. But I think we should... Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become...
Sick. First off, let's check. First off, I'm gonna talk to this kid. Not the kid down there. What's this? There are... Oh. Municipal municipality of Revachol. Revachol.
This trash container is locked. The sliding... There's something in there. Not necessarily connected to the case. But, well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence, too. What do you mean, feel? I agree. We should get someone...
He's being sarcastic. Do not ask what the remote viewers division is.
Oh. It might also be evidence. The mob could have disposed of something in there. We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has...
He might also have information. This is better than the prime.
It's like, I need a tool. I like how British people call it a tool. You know, like, I mean, it is a tool, actually. I'm wrong. It's in my right hand.
This trash container is locked.
Alright, still
The
ass.
sliding lid has a padlock.
I'm not gonna kill myself for a fucking piece of trash. Trust me, I will die. There we go. I can take off the tie, but I don't look half as sexy. Also, that's funny as well. If you put on this insane mesh tank top, I am clinically insane. And then if I do it here, it's just work it. Heels ridiculously high. Awesome watchtower heels. Bye bye bugs. Vivid imagination. Book smart. Halogen watermarks. Some of the skinless blades are off. Unsavory odor, a real statement to wear. Tight around the thighs. Tight around the crotch. Ow. Alright then, I know where. First, I want to talk to this girl.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing here. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. I'm just gonna go back to my inn, thank you. I'm gonna go take a nice... let's fucking steal something. Give me some fucking cash. Money and drugs! Wait a minute. Nope. No, magnesium is for morale. The winch recommended was oxidizing for some years. That's probably gonna, like, hurt me, so I might as well not. Can we please go... What's this? Oh, wait, no, wrong area.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted again. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
And I just stubbed my toe and I died.
What is this then? A tool?
Let's go. I'm playing like a high perception character. I had I customized my own loadout type thing. So I did 4-3-3.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
Meth!
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
I could take these fucking drugs. The mother says, get out of the way or get fucked up! Cured pig's head. Looks mummified. I look mummified. Give me this. $40! 40 cents. Not bucks. What's this? Oh, okay. I'm somewhere now. Oh. Jacket! Jacket, jacket, jacket. 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 Yeah, jacket, jacket. I'll get this first, because I'm here. Ooh. There we go.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing ahead. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of... You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous... Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
I was under the impression we are on our way to meet the king of this castle under siege, Evrard. One of the people we're in, or it could be that we are just exploring.
Wind rustling his hair. That dude, I'm in love with this game.
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
Not right now. I'm actually gonna take off my pants. Just look. See? Let's take everything that's against savoir-faire. And there we go. Now let's try it.
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM
Look at that.
markings.
That's...
It's still caught.
I'm gonna
on
take
the
it.
railing.
Fuck! Fuck! Okay. Okay. Did that lose me health? Okay, no, it didn't.
No. That's still too high. You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey! What happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
Savoir-faire to open this white checklist. Yep. Time to put my pants back on. I am not walking out with no pants on. Oh! Look at that shit. Oh my god! I hate how disgustingly accurate this game is. Help? Do I get to like level up somewhere? I don't care about taxing the rich. Oh, ace is high. Towards... Oh, plus towards Kim whatever. Kitsuragi. Eternalize. Sure. Where do I go to level up, though? Over here? Like, I'm just a little confused. How do I unlock? Cancel. Where are my skill points? I want to know where things are first. This is my thought cabinet. Alright. Give me a sec. Problem. Here's the problem. Let's see this. Oh. Okay. So for this, temporary research bonus, +1 empathy towards Kim Kitsudaki. Problem. Don't care. This will take. Come on, 2 hours. Okay, I wanna first off know what I'm getting into. That is my main thing. Ace is high. Wait. Ace is low. That's funny. All right, 1 sec. I'm gonna see something. I'm not googling. Oh, okay. Here we go. Shit. Where was that? That was here. Alright, perception. Let's go. Let's find savoir-faire. Oh! 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 Oh my god! That's how it works. Okay. Revert. Okay. Godoy. 1. Okay, wait. So I have... Okay, how many do I have? Where can I check that? What's that? I don't know what that means. Let's just see. Revert. Let's go to like something with like 2. I have 3. Okay, I have 3 that I could do. So I'm gonna go 2. You know what? 1, 2, 3. This learned. Okay, sneak under the nose, stun with immense panache. So you know what? 2. And then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go. You. And everything that's 2, I'll get up to 3. A lot. See, this is what I mean. I put a lot into intellect, a little into psyche, and less into down here. Yeah, like, look, I don't. You know what? It's going into savoir-faire. No. 1, 2. And then there we go. I don't know. That's the thing. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 skill points. That's really good to know. Sneak under their noses, stun them with immense panache. Interfacing, straighten your back, keep your poker out. Pick locks and pockets. So if I do that. Composure. What's this? Threat. Keep your poker out. You know what? 2 to that. Physical instrument. There we go. I'm more level now. Can I do savoir-faire?
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is
That's
still
good though.
caught on
That's
the
good.
railing.
Alright, wait. Now I could risk it for the biscuit again. Just take these and those off. Anything else against savoir-faire? No. Or fair?
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM
Try it.
markings is still caught
Woo!
on the railing. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ear. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since...
Hell yeah. My
Yes.
climbing might not have been as disco as your jump, but can we still get an aces high?
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Let's go. See what it gives me actually. +1, taking back the streets, know thy neighborhood. Basically all good. Look at that shit. I look real now. Woo!
Yes?
I went by a lot of shit. What's this? Julio. Can I take them?
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied real well. They went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of...
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Fuck.
Yes, This looks pretty advanced, alright. For now, let's just move on.
I mean, can I take him?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini-strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction,
What?
critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to la opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse. Maybe this was a bad idea.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now.
Awesome.
You stand and exit the booth.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty...
Nothing incriminating catches your... It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, René, is dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that picture of René? You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure. As long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
Sure. I want to see this picture. Price. Rochelle Fair, summer of '91. This was a long time ago. Oh wait, it's in my notebook. Oh my god, I got a lot of things to do. Hee. Can't get down there yet. Around you, great machines and quiescence. White pine trees are printed onto the screen cover. Looks like it's a forest under snow. Can I get there? Oh wait, I can't. Let me zoom out, fuck. Oh fuck, that's where Measurehead is. You can... What's this?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached
Pretty sure. Or
to
maybe
its
means
hook
go.
block. Marche. On.
Yeah.
Arrête. Off.
Fuck it.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
I don't like loud things in this game. Makes me think I like being quiet in most games. Like, I don't like loud things when I'm feeling like, meant to be stealthier. That's just me, though. The fuck is this? With the nay-nay.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again. Now the rusty control panel grows warm to the a faint smell of burning rubber reaches your nostrils. A short circuit.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers. Except for seeing the crane in action. which I admit was satisfying.
The crane does not return to its original position.
Alright, it's broken. I broke a crane.
Before you stands a car.
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are...
No reply. The knock produces a hollow. You attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Persuade it? Okay.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective.
Alright, rhetoric is another thing. I don't exactly know what I'll be using a lot, so... Because there's a fucking lot... This game really does remind me of D&D. It's a lot of stuff. And it's oddly quiet. She's just sleeping. With a lot of stuff to, like, do. Coins. Pick up and watch out for. I'm actually getting decently wealthy here. What the fuck is this? One sec. The cat in front of you. This smells like blood. Okay. What the fuck is that then? Speakers, tower is silent. There's no work to organize in the yard below. True. Take this cash. Smells so. Smells like burnt coffee. How do you burn coffee? It's meant to be hot. I'll take even more money. Oh my god. Oi!
Container, I'll turn you
nice and red. Container. Put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as
He's
he goes
smart
along.
as fuck.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container,
used to be Wild Pines. Container, now belongs to Evrart. Evrart, hard name. This little man destroys activity. Hell yeah. Yeah. You know what? He's having a grand old time. I'm not gonna stop him. Why should I? He seems like a little cutie anyways. Coffee. Still lukewarm. I might have some. And here's what we're looking for. Here's who we are. I don't like this guy at all.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Evrart Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents...
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best.
Alright.
Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachel Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world.
Okay, good thing.
It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
I don't need it.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
I really don't need it.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing...
Officer, we will deal with this later.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Well, shit.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you?
Mr. Dubois.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating.
Mr. Dubois. Mr. Dubois. Harry. Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or...
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was...
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask me a question. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are...
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see...
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lip. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
You don't feel like either one of these things. You know what your name is. You have a sophisticated name, like that of a count, or a beautiful man.
No, I'm really not. You are Harry. And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do? Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man, do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry? That's why I like you, Harry. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats.
I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy one fucking bit. He's like this. Oh my god, dude. He really is like the fucking sleazy like manager of a nightclub. Like, sorry, sweetie, but you only put in 4 hours of the 6 hours you owed me. You're not getting your pay. Shit like that. If you fucking, I don't like this.
Harry, you're not simply a cop. You're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. Nonsense, Harry. You lit up this container when you walked in here. You're my golden boy.
No.
This? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This is what I mean. He has paid off corrupt cops. very simple to think about it like that, especially if his name is Evrart. Could be Ev Fart for all we
This
know.
translates into,
Ha ha.
you guys are so corrupt.
This is what
I find that very suspicious.
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Everard's long hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
Motherfucker piece of shit.
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every play. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun. Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
I got a ton of shit here. Central Furry, yeah, one sec. Rhetoric impossible. Measurehead. Guy's still a little freaky, a little scary, wary.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious...
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try.
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age... Yes, yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed... Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help, like I'm helping you with your lost gun.
This fucking guy. This fucking guy.
I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's...
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
Come on. Your name is Everard Clare. You know everything about me. You don't like talking to my friend. It could be a little racist there. A kid called him a coin slot for obvious reasons. Asian. Absolutely nothing shady about it. Come on.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Fuck.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Let's hear it, Harry.
No,
Of course, Harry. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Red and white. I don't like this guy at all. For very obvious reasons, might I add. Look at that fucking fat ass back there. Jesus Christ. Cam, I'm a little scared. Also, I'm surprised I didn't have a fucking heart attack right up these stairs here. Most people are settled for bed after 21. Okay. Okay, let's check right here. Ask Renee about the photo. Gotcha. Open apartment door forever. I'm gonna go in, by the way. It's the best part about it. When some guy says, you know, don't go in this place. When he's obviously shady as fuck, too. You know, don't go in there, Harry. I just need you to blah, 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 blah. Where did I come from in a sec? Oh, the stairs. Okay. This is the zoom in function. I also want to talk to this guy again. Whale Fjord in Arden.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown.
Yup, it has. What's this? Oh, awesome. And money. See, look at that. I didn't need that fucker's check. I'm not gonna be in his service, even though I'm kind of. Trust me, I know how I'm working this guy. And it's like a fucking fiddle. It's like a fucking fiddle. This guy doesn't. Yeah.
Yes?
Nah. Okay, nothing new to talk about. RN. And that's fine. That is fine. Go in here. Need to pass time? Whoa. I could pick up so much shit in here. What's this? Nudie magazine? Please be a nudie magazine. Come on. Up. Book à la fume #1. Someone left a coffee machine on. The target liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. Ew. Filing cabinet. I'm gonna check it out.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close.
It's unfortunate for the Union to...
Let's see what's inside. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Kuron, Coles. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float. You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Boom! Again!
Whatever's
Woo!
hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough.
This is why you
Only
can't
a
give
trained
up, bitch.
accountant with a background in logistics
I've got,
would be
what,
able to really
fucking 10
make
minutes
sense of it.
before 21?
However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, remember Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
One of his aides must have left it.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the... What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs. The drawer slide.
Alright, look for borscht. Postcard. There's a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker, member of the board, is written at the top of the flyers. And at the bottom, the union logo, and demand democracy. Huh. The radio's very strange, buzzing sound. A giant ass print on the pillow and a pattern of a coffee rings on the armrest. Gross. What's this?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says,
I'm not gonna... I don't know who to call. Who would I call? Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio. Hey, well, you know what? Good for him. Now then. Take glasses! A bit dry. Eye of the Reckoner. God. Let's look at me without the hat on, though. Ew. First off, my guy looks so fucking sad. There we go. This is like realistic. Let's take the gloves off. Do they go all the way down? Ew. I was covered in my pants and shoes and fuck, I'm a gamer boy. Healing. Magnesium. Let's go. Forget it. And out we go. Oh god, if I'm right behind Measurehead, I'm gonna cry. Yep. Oh no, I'm in the good area. Let's go.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
you've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm a hustle grinder.
I'm not so sure about the hustle grind, but...
Alright, so every time I
it doesn't
say
matter.
hustle, or
It's a
like
good
talk
thing you're
about getting
doing.
money,
Thanks.
I get $1. It's good to
What
know.
you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other.
Okay, but where did you get...
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really true. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're who he is and what they're fighting for. This is interesting.
We're negotiating our... Aye. This stuff, they already covered. Never grateful. Were we ever grateful, we'd have nothing. You fight for every piece. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
They're actually kind of smart. Fuck.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't.
Right on, brother.
Just the way the world works, boyadero.
Boyadero?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties. Watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disorder. The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing.
Pretty smart.
It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. No. No. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could, effortlessly, go even wider, if need be. An endless torrent of time.
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best.
Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Can't argue with that.
So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true? You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off that mask of social democracy
I'm not
and
gonna be a
reveal the
communist.
monstrous
I'm not gonna be a
seven-eyed
communist.
lamb of global
not.
communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, Do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism build? Failure. It's about failure. Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
Let's go!
You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. Now get to work.
Opt out, baby. Too tiring.
Very well. I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over. No objections. It's mathematically impossible to achieve a classless society. Everyone knows this. Did someone mention cocaine? Are we doing cocaine? No. I'm sure I heard someone say cocainism. Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's no one. Okay then. Lie down and let the water carry you downstream.
Goodbye, communism. Cool. I'm not a communist. Good to know. Open the apartment door. End of day debrief in 15. Get the fuck out of here. This place sucks dick. How the fuck do I get down? Oh, there we go. No, no, no. How's this guy doing?
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the...
Let's talk about our right to work.
No. I'm gonna go talk to Miss Lady over here. You're still, my god.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Yeah, you're right. I don't really want to talk to you. I do love how it's like beautiful in there though. It's fucking disgusting out here. Anywho, whirling in rags. Fuck you. Let's go this way. Here we go. Oh yeah. Let's do this. Oh shit, who are these people? Yo, I want to talk to this guy. I love this. It's all about money, you know? Oh, sure.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Yeah, man, yeah. Your Mesolimbic reward. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window. Then to you, licking the...
What are you doing? We should move.
Yep.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for.
Fuck me. Being an alcoholic and a smoker sucks. Alright, dog.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put that...
I thought as much. And I...
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something, prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism. Mazovian thought he killed himself.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container? We should return to the case of your mistaken identity.
What for? Mazov?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 rand.
Oh, fuck.
Like what?
I thought you said
was really
4.
enjoying talking about the money you owe me. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the night. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
Good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere. Or playing... They probably fucking killed that guy or something.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything
Another thing. Great. Yes? Absolutely out.
absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Fuck, I do not have 130. I should have taken his money. Fuck! God damn it, Pride. Hey, kitchen. What's up, my boy?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, the man puts his cup down and replies something. His left hand, he smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially...
Yeah, did I just say stay masculine? That's $5.
You see a heavy steel door with a prop. You immediately feel drawn. The door does not. The cobalt blue surface
I'm just gonna
feels
skip
rough
through
to
like a
touch.
few things.
The stainless steel door is flush with its
On
frame
every
on
side.
every side. It leads to a side build.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation. Gart is the person to ask about this. Yes?
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. I'll talk to Gart later. Yay.
Yes?
No. There we go. It's 21, so shit.
Yes? What do you want to know? What's there to say? The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the...
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoilsport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't.
No. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Because you're the best qualified. No. If you're so well qualified, why can't you remember why you were sent? Anyway, don't keep the lieutenant waiting.
Sorry guys, Mike died. Oh well. Let's just see something here. Oh! After 22! Okay.
The door is closed. Still no answer. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. This door can only be opened.
Fuck. Alright then. Okay. Let's, oh yeah, go to, Kim's car.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Humid, your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you. Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky. The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there? No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day. Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
This shit is fucking... feels depressing.
Coal City, end of all lines. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance. The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide. You shudder looking down at your feet. Dirty rainwater runs veins into the plaza's snow. Two green snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving of the plaza. Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The evening news. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Filthy water pools around a body. Droplets of rain slip from the dead man's cold cheeks. A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at? Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
Fuck.
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland. In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. Coalition-era statics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears. Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon caches from the revolution. Doors leading down to Leroyam. The catacombs to which, for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Shit goes hard. Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Na 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 na. You know what? Let's oh yeah, car first, car. Almost got lost.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his...
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find...
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
The other people who live around here. Local people, I didn't want trouble. You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with. Please, I just didn't want any trouble. I didn't know I had to report it.
Fuck, I don't feel good about this.
I thought someone would take him down eventually.
Fuck. Everything for me is screaming to go for the it's okay, but like... I'm gonna be a dickhead. I'm gonna be an asshole.
You can almost hear the girl getting smaller at the end of the line until she almost drowns in static.
Okay.
Fuck.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Oh, I know why.
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar in.
God, why can't you just mind your own business? She mutters.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Okay.
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it...
I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall," painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brain.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, "Big bucks cannot lie," and "Guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns." It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things. No, absolutely not. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again.
Fuck!
Sorry.
You made her cry? Screw it!
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag.
Sure.
No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore? You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boy's talk. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
No. What? Oh God. Please, just stay out of my life.
What? What is it?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
It's on. The love quest is on. Too late, everyone. It's on. Take it to guard now.
Sure, officer. What's... Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately.
Oh, shit!
Contact tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have...
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law.
57.
In the cabin, you see a set.
I'm so fucking stupid.
Aces high. For the rest of the world, the Aces High is just a cool Revachol thing, politically neutral. In Revachol, it still holds revolutionary.
That's a lot. Okay. Alright, let's go down here. I don't have a place to sleep. Fuck.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
Okay.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Wait. No!
Only that found ultra. We're the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine? These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by a small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara. The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical quality.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at these, officer. These speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm ashamed to even use...
Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samara...
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best. Well, if you... But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speaker.
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Guy's a piece of shit. Fuck you, man. What's this? I don't want to look at it. What's this? Gross. Anyways, let's just quickly. Kids ain't here anymore. It's past their Betty Bye. Betty Bye time. Fuck. Still there.
This trash container is locked. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is, but you won't like it. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrap. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stage. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see any...
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno?
See?
Shit.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just nothing. It's nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from...
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCMs. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social sense. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Okay.
Fuck does Kuno care? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? Shit. Get the fuck out of here.
You can't do that, Kuno.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno ride.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is...
Fuck your shit back to normal.
Well played. No one saw that coming.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Alright. I'll be back. I'll be back.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, spark, looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information...
Maybe yours will have... How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen...
This means you can read the watermarks.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden paper, they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extreme. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, the square bullet hole murders. Another yet, the unsolvable case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang. He is not really saying anything, just standing there.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done, and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the...
No, actually. Any ideas?
The hanged man, the Furies are at home in the mirror, the setting sun, shit on a stick, the hanged man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Yes, Kim!
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little... It's proving to be harder than expected.
Bullshit.
You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together.
Put skills into logic.
In the back, you see thin, translucent...
I would skip a few things.
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost, you don't have to be an intellectual giant.
You know what? Enough.
The rest of the stinking city...
I'm gonna go talk to Kim and find a way to sleep. Fuck.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The knives are still... You should take care of that, man. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM.
I mean, wouldn't be that bad to sleep in the streets. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kim. I'm basically fucking homeless. 1 second, Kim. Fucking good guy. Beautiful.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and the trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see...
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their fate.
Thank you anyway.
Yes?
No.
Yes. Have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament as the manager. I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleagues seem... I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Good luck trying to use it. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key. Not until you bring me the...
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
I don't know if I'm ready to talk to him about Sylvie yet. Cute name though, but I don't think so. I think that'd be a bad idea. Jeez, imagine working like an hour after your shift just to get this guy a fucking house.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the...
Transport enclosure.
All right. Ready?
The dashboard, like a leopard, waking from its sleep. The lights on.
There you go.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal. A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high. I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called Roy's Nest or something. If I'm not mistaken, it should...
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
The lieutenant nods as you...
Awesome. Alright, one sec. I'm gonna stand in the light.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the head.
There she is. Ravaged.
Around the borders of the watermark are... The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all. You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance. Sounds. In the middle of a broken plaza, illuminated in a cone of light, 2 men.
Ah, Martinez at night. Let me see. Right here.
On a segment of coast jutting out into the Great Ocean.
No, it does not.
The rectangular watermark is
Let me see. Right here. It has its problems.
There are many of them, and the first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the... You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often...
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant. Son, here is where we score your life performance.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means, wow, more than 200.
Oh.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Call it what you want. You are a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row.
That's good to know.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
Hell yeah, I'm a good, bad
There
guy.
are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
Fuck yeah.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes.
Whoa.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
Very true.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
The worn map features the patchwork. Your finger, finer. Your finger, finer.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal.
No. Fuck. God, I hate that. Where? Okay, south. Which way is that? You are here. I'll figure it out. Oh wait, this is probably south. Hopefully this is him. Ah, I knew it! This is, I knew it, baby. Where's Roy? That's him? Can I get onto him? hate shit like this. Come on, there we go.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Shameful.
I haven't had any problems myself.
Who are your customers?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it. And many other things.
Well.
Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if the lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from...
My apologies, officer, but I have no...
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do.
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Ravaged citizens' militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind. Of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Recent hanging, baby.
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery.
Love this game so
Bad
far.
for business.
It's
Bad
keeping me on my
for
toes.
everyone. Can't say I'm a huge admirer of Wild Pines, and I can't say I trust any silver-tongued spokesperson of theirs. Fortunately, I have no reason to get involved. What should I have for it? No, just people like that make everyone else see the world somewhat askew, at an angle that is convenient for them. Now, you have more...
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing.
Sure thing.
Okay,
sure, man.
Where do I sell?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
It was brought to me to...
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Okay, where do I sell things? That's my main thing. I'll ask him.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
Big city vibes.
The pawn shop is always open.
Something I like to
Yes,
sell.
we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesque banger?
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
I love this guy.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
Okay.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being...
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
There we
Anything
go.
else you're thinking of selling?
On that. On that. I can sell his fucking pen. Alright. That's it.
Oh, no. I don't like those aphotic paths, counter-radiance network, anti-magnetism. It's darkness.
You have absolutely no idea what...
Another time, perhaps.
No.
Fuck you.
Still no clue.
It's so annoying, but anyways. Like, I had like this great streak for, I think, 5 like rolls where I got above. Yeah, well, I got the money now, so I could finally fucking... I also know where to go. Now then, before though, I will go up there, I will talk to Kim. Oh, this place is just depressing. I like games where they could describe the ambience to you, and like that makes me it makes me feel comforted, you know. And unless the ambience is like, you know, there's a man with a gun underneath the counter waiting to use it on an unsuspecting person. Sylvie suicide jokes.
You pick
Fuck
over
you.
what's left of your frontal cortex.
What do you want to know? Good.
Right, can we go for a debrief? Alright, one sec. Let's check how this debrief works. Kim can answer any that you may have. Join him on the whirling ring when you're calling it a day. Okay. Okay. First off, I've got a nice ass but small room. What's this? Yeah.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Well?
Okay, here we go. Here's Real. Slam the... Get the fuck out of it. Slam the bills. I hope you choke on it. Here it is. Sorry for the trouble.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue... The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow.
21 tomorrow.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you? God.
Oh, but he should be. Late on it.
Turns out she's a whore who likes to ride the cock carousel.
Life doesn't have a back button. Now get off your ass and speak
Shit!
the truth.
Wonderful.
It is.
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel?
She rides the cock carousel until she's too old to ride it, then she settles down with a provider.
Does it mean you talk to her? What else did you...
What else do
Wait!
you need?
You retard. Yeah, she said that she likes the cock carousel very much. Depict the carousel of cocks going around merrily.
The man leans his hands on the counter and sighs. His...
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I found it on the ground with a broken wing. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my arse.
Or you broke the bird. It can... Yes! The bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
Yeah, man. Signals. Mixed signals. This is classic cock carousel behavior. Broken bird feathers? This is all part of the mind fuck on the cock carousel.
Huh. Cock carousel. I think I understand now. That's what they ride until, like, 39. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest.
Ah, let's go!
Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment.
And there we have it. Isn't that
No way!
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Coco type. Yes. Guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then. Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time.
Fuck off. I'm not gonna be the sorry cop.
Wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about
you. You know what? Fuck you. You know what? Fuck you, asshole. Alright.
This is the door to the room you...
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM? I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
Yes. It's been a long and even... Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up. Then you shot the body down, which was quite a shot. I admit I wasn't sure whether I should give you the gun, but I'm glad I did. Your shot enabled us to perform a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we are missing something.
He's right. You could smell it. That something is missing. Even under the overpowering odor of the corpse.
Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez. Very important indeed. Well, we conducted an interview with Everard Clare. He wasn't particularly forthcoming.
He's not saying much on the matter, because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
He has stuff on me.
Well, we will have to work through that.
We will.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief. Moving on.
It's a very serviceable name, too.
We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow.
We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We did not.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Prison 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age, and in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Wow. Wow! Let's go!
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravaged Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wait, what?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Ravaged. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Fuck. Okay. Hey, if I can try, I might not have to really kill anyone for a bad reason, you know?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps.
The coalition government and the moral intern more broadly.
And now it is day 2.
The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more.
Boy, that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Ravaged or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens.
Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the Moralinton leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Or if they think you do.
The Moral Intern.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
Our whole government is a project? That's not good.
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Yeah.
Something kind and usual. Something almost something ominous.
Very.
Something even a little feminine. But in a strict
Something ominous. Something even a little feminine in a strict manner.
Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
It's not early, it's 4. Or it's 12:04. They believe.
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
Okay.
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Do you?
We are stooges of the world's biggest I don't know if that's bourgeoisie or just bourgeois organization protecting bourgeois rights. Oh man, they've done an awful job here. Have you seen this place?
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Maybe we should make our...
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
Fuck, okay.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below.
That's him?
Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. 2 glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock, in the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
Oh. He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky. Oh yeah.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here, or at least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Yeah, probably.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Alright, first off, level up. I got 2. It's gonna go into physical instrument. You know what? No. Revert. 1 into physical, and then... Where's logic? Jesus, I'm probably going right over it. Logic. Oh, wait. What's volition? Keep your info. Volition urges you to be a good guy and to others and to yourself. It enables you, okay? Logic urges you to analyze. Living daylight out of the case. He said he's the other thing. Alright. Logic and volition will be my next big ones, and then maybe savoir-faire later. I got some other things here too. Tools. Commodore, a large amount of cheap sugary. I got 4 drags from it, or 4 sips. Awesome. All right, that's day 1 down. basically up, and they're closed after 12. See you in the morning. This place sucks, dude. Empty cassette case. I don't want to sleep at night. Word fails to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have a scent. They should have sent a poet.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Still wipe it.
Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring you. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
I'll try this one.
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume Lamillion, out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that.
So I adopted it.
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
Have a click click.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lamillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume Lamillion, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
Let's go. How long was the news?
There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades, if the calendar is to be trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
I guess that's it.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Sure.
It's too late.
I'll try
like
this one
an
too.
image on film. Your hands
Yeah.
however skillful, can't manage this task on their own. You
Chain
should get your...
cutters. Chain cutters. Chain cutters.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Let's try!
The chain cutters
Fuck.
slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
I'll leave it be. What's this? Okay. Cool. Let's fucking go to sleep. Let's put away the chain cutters. I don't want to sleep on this bed.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Ugh, gross.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
Ugh. You dream about death.
And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come. Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps, smells of alcohol and sweat, and grease. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to... Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
This is never good. Oh, wife. That's not my wife. She is crazy. Oh, fuck, it's me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you... No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you.
Fuck.
You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
No!
You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Fuck me. So I'm an alcoholic, okay. It's crazy.
Good going, buddy. Yes, wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
No.
You're too weak to say no now.
Fuck!
Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect. Ready to go to war against the world.
No, I'm not.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks, maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
No.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
No. I will go through this entire game and I will become a great person. Where's Kim? Just immediately, where's Kim? 18. There he is. Good morning.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Fuck.
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. Everything points to the dockworkers' union. The belt used for hanging in, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information, which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the debarder. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Shit, okay.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our bit.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first.
Yep, I will.
But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
Sort of, but I honestly think it would be good to show strength around guys who respect strength.
They're in no hurry to leave.
See?
They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Fucking love you, kid. Okay.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real?
Yeah.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Yep. I just want to make sure ahead of time.
Just a moment, officer.
Of course.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. Now then, please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the the union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there or to the phone booth down the coast. Gary's phone is dead too. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night.
Oh,
but
fuck.
They're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
I'm helping her.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. Oh, forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Lena, and my husband and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expedition.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
You have more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday.
Whistling.
What could be keeping them? Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day. There's a nameless old fishing village nearby, but we've never had any trouble there before. There is a lot of crime around here, isn't there?
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of grown men traveling together.
Oh shit, didn't even press that.
Do it. Find her husband. This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extreme. Some fringe science is exactly what's needed right now. Spice up that vanilla murder investigation.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but... if you say so.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right. Oh, dear. I'm not... Well,
His expression is slightly grumpy.
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you...
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncomfortable.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more, so by a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking, we hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful.
Okay. I'm gonna leave that there, guys, and I'm gonna go eat dinner later, actually. But thank you all for watching.